Good evening and welcome to the Tuesday night net of the Ozarks Amateur Radio Society. This net meets regularly on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on this frequency of 146.970 with a PL tone of 162.2. My name is Wes. My call sign is AE0OC. And Zach was going to run the net tonight, but he had to work and it messed it up where he wasn't able to, so I'm covering for him. While this is not an emergency net, if anyone at any time has emergency traffic, please call break. Does anyone have emergency traffic? Please call now. Hearing none, I will move on to announcements of interest to amateur radio. I will be using NetLogger for check-ins on this net, and anyone who wishes can check in early by monitoring the OARS net there. On September 2nd and 3rd, the OARS Club will be setting up a special event station at the Billings Fair. We are still in need of operators for this event, especially on Friday evening. You can contact Bob, KA0RM, to sign up. The Ozarks Amateur Radio Society meets on the second Saturday of the month at the Happy House Restaurant in Monette, Missouri. The meeting is at 7 p.m., but everyone is welcome to come at 6 to eat and enjoy some good conversation. Individuals pay for their own meal, but you do not have to eat to attend. You also do not have to be a ham to attend. Everyone is welcome, including family members and those interested in amateur radio. The next meeting at Happy House will be Saturday, September 10th. Also, this net is now being streamed on the 59 Radio YouTube channel. So if you want to see how you sound on the radio from this part of the net, you can go to 59radio.com for details and a link to the channel. Is there anyone monitoring who has other announcements of interest to amateur radio? Please call now. All right, well, hearing none, this is AE0OC. I will now start taking check-ins 2 or 3 at a time. Are there any short-time, low-power, or mobile check-ins? Please give your call both phonetically and in the regular way, your name and location. Short-time, low-power, or mobile check-ins, please call now. All right, well, I got 3 of you there. We'll start up at the top of the list with Zach, W0ZAC. How are you tonight, and what do you have for the net? All right, well, Zach, thanks for checking in tonight. I'm glad to have you on. And I'm hoping that the stream is going well. I'm seeing a little problem here with my input from the radio for some reason, but I'll do a little checking on that. I may have not got you onto the stream, but I'm glad you checked in tonight, and we will catch up with you, and maybe you can run it next week instead. So say 73 to Zach, and move on down to Bob, K0RM. How are you tonight, Bob? What do you got for the net?
get any. Oh, sometime you'll get something, Zach. That's about it. It's looking 58 degrees outside. Mama just went out there and watered the garden. And she said 58 degrees, and it's cloudy, but there's no rain or nothing here. It ain't doing anything, just cloudy. So I'll let you have it back there. A0OC, KA0RM, 73.
All right, Bob. Did they happen to tell you if there's going to be a sideband net tonight?
There is.
Well, hopefully some of you guys can get out there and get that going. And it looks like I figured out my problem and got the radio back onto the stream. So that's been resolved. Appreciate you checking in tonight, Bob. I'm going to say 73 to you. And I'm going to move down to Kevin, N0KTM. And I did see you on NetLogger, but I was just starting out to check in, people, when I saw you.
Yeah, not a problem there, Wes. This is N0KTM. Kevin at Springfield. Checking to see how my audio's doing tonight. I was told I was overloading the repeater Sunday night on the TechNet. So am I coming through okay?
Kevin, you're coming through real good, but there is an occasional little bit of a clip where it's cutting you out because you're over driving the repeater. I think this one is more sensitive than the one in Springfield is, and it's easier to do that to it.
All right, I dropped the level down on my mic master here to see if that will help any. Hopefully it will. Yeah, I was going to let you know while you were talking to Bob, I checked, moved my headphones over to my phone. I'm watching the live stream on, and yeah, the radios were not coming through. So it sounds like you got that taken care of. Not much else going on around here. Got a lot of things going boom boom around us, but not a whole lot of moisture falling out of the sky. Deck got wet a couple of times today, but not anything to write home about. It's not been a whole lot of rain. Let's see. My shack is a mess. I have been playing with another computer down here, and it does some things that my other one won't, and my other one does some things that this one won't. It's just a mess. I don't know what I'm going to wind up with down here. Doing the live stream, I may have to go back to my the original computer I was running down here, because it works pretty well. It's got good audio inputs on it. This laptop I'm trying out does not do audio really, really well. So I may have to play with it.
Well, at least we've got a couple, 3 weeks to get things figured out before we have to be on the live stream for Smark again. So hopefully you'll get it all working and get everything going good, because your last live stream looked real good and sounded real good. So I was really pleased with it. But also, what I figured out what happened with mine, and what had happened really is that we had a lightning strike and the power went out for a moment, and so I had to go back in and open everything back up. But somehow or another, it had blanked out my input for the radio on OBS, and so I had to go in and reset that. That's why I didn't have any audio coming in. There was a couple of things that actually did that too. So I was just getting ready to set up the broadcast when the strike happened too. So it was kind of a mess. We appreciate you checking in tonight, and we're going to move down to KA0SPM. Hopefully Steve can get in tonight. And what do you got for the net, Steve?
I hope I'm making it.
Oh, yeah, we're getting you. You're a little scratchy, but we're getting you. We can understand you completely.
All right, good deal. I got a little competition on the wife's doing her second one. It's not so nice. So occasionally it just wipes everything out back here. I've been doing some shop work today, working with my whale. That's pretty much figured out, but that's about it.
the time we got to the end of that, it was getting pretty scratchy, but we are going to get this fixed. We're going to get that repeater up on a taller tower, a little more power to it too, and it's going to be a real monster when we get it up there. But I appreciate you checking in tonight, Steve. And we'll move down to the next net logger check-in. We got Sean, KE0MAD. How are you tonight, Sean? What do you got for the net?
Oh, good evening. Just didn't know if I was going to make it in or not. I totally forgot about it. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a good evening. And my last day off work before I got to go back. Kind of bummed out about it. Anyway, thanks, Wes, for doing the net. That's K0MAD.
Well, it was sure good to see you at the picnic Saturday. I'm glad you were able to make it to that. And I had a lot of fun there. It was a great time. And sure enjoyed Bob's homemade ice cream. And, of course, the pulled pork and the beans. And it was a really good feed all the way around. So I'm glad you got to come, and we all had a good time, I believe. All right, well, we're bottom of the list. Let's see if we got anybody else wanting to get in. This is AE0OC. Do I have any more check-ins for the OARS net?
Kilo Zero, Sierra, Quebec, Sierra, K0 SQS, Harold in Monette.
KF6OZ, Mount Vernon.
Kilo Echo Zero, Oscar Mike Juliet, KE0 OMJ, Roger, and Ozark.
K0 RWD, Kilo Zero, Romeo Whiskey Delta, Ron in Cassville.
E5 QMJ, Ona in Mount Vernon.
All right, well, I got several of you there. I missed one altogether. I'm going to have you come back to me. And then the last one that checked in, I just could not quite get your call sign.
What's the XYL, KE5 QMJ?
All right, well, let's start out with that list right there. Start out with Harold, KE0SQS. And what do you got for the net tonight, Harold?
KE0OZ, K0 SQS. All just sitting around waiting for the rain to hit. Don't know whether it's going to make it to us or not, but we sure need it. I mowed yesterday. Just raised dust terribly. And still stopped up, still rubbing my eyes. Don't believe I'll probably try to tackle that without wearing a face mask in the future. Anyway, thanks for running the net, Wes. And yeah, the picnic was really fun. Ate all the good food, and Bob's ice cream lacked a little bit. I thought it could have used some strawberries. Anyway, back to you, K0 SQS.
Yeah, well, maybe he should have some strawberry toppings, maybe, I guess. But he had the caramel topping and the chocolate topping and stuff, so it was still a really good feed and a good time. I really enjoyed being able to hang out and visit with friends and just spend time just, hanging out and having a good time. So the kids all that were there had a good time. It was just fun all the way around. So thank you for checking in tonight, Harold. I'm going to say 73 to you and move down to KF6OZ. And what do you got for the night tonight? For the net tonight, Mel? How are you?
E0OC, this KF6OZ. All is well here. We've been sitting listening to thunder a little bit, and we haven't gotten any rain yet. We had about 1/10 of an inch about this time last evening, but I don't think it's going to amount to much this evening on the east of Springfield, and as the weatherman said, south of Highway 60, they might get some rain.
For those of you that were at the picnic and saw the crazy antenna that I put up, we tested it out again Sunday afternoon at Zach number 1's house, and we were able to hit the repeater or work through the repeater in Joplin and Monette from Mount Vernon quite easily. And since the picnic, I've initiated construction of a 70 centimeter version using the miniature Dr. Pepper cans, and I've almost got it working. I've seen 1-to-1 SWR on it, but I can't get it to be consistent, so I got to figure out a little bit of what's going on, and then I'll have that squared away. It's using even the tiny cans for 70 centimeters. It's kind of an oversized. It's a shortened half-wave dipole, but I just measured it a moment ago, and it's a half-wave dipole for 70 centimeters should be somewhere around 35 centimeters. Well, this dipole is 22 centimeters, and it seems to be almost working okay. For those of you that might have any interest in trying to build something like that yourself, I intend to document the construction procedure in a PDF file, which I'll pass along in due time. And that's all I have for the net, and I'll give it back to you. A0OC, this is KF6OZ.
Well, Mel, I'll tell you what, there was one interesting antenna, to say the very least. I think a little bit of it went over my head, but maybe with the PDF I studied it, I might be able to understand it. But I've talked to some of my buddies up at SMARC, and they would really like to see that. And we are doing the wacky antenna party there Saturday, where we try to make antennas out of anything we can. And boy, that would fit in really well if you could bring it up. We'd sure appreciate it. So, in any case, I'm going to let you go and hopefully see you soon. This is AE0OC. We'll move on down to K0RWD. Looks like Ron out of Cassville. How are you tonight, and what do you got for the net?
0RWD. Well, I'm waiting for rain. There's rain coming around me, but I've just got everything really just dry. And they keep saying that, yeah, we're going to have a lot more rain, but I sure just haven't seen it. And but I really enjoyed the meal up there, and everybody getting around having a good time. That's just pretty much like that's what we're, I guess, around here for, to help the other people and just have a good time. But that's about all I've got, so I'll just turn it back to net control. K0RWD.
Well, thank you, Ron. And it was good seeing you at the picnic also. It was a good time. I think everybody enjoyed it. So I'm going to say 73 to you, and I'm going to move down to KE5QMJ. Oh, no, I don't think I've ever talked to you on the radio before, so this will be a first one for us.
Well, that's pretty much because I generally don't talk on the radio. I just came down to get in for the count. But it's fun to listen to you guys talk. We'll probably come down next week and try to do it again.
Well, we appreciate it, and we love seeing this net grow. Zach and I, we kind of jokingly compete between us, but we root for each other too at the same time. So we love to see the numbers of check-ins grow. And one thing I was going to tell everybody that I forgot to say earlier, I was looking at last week's live stream and saw that since it was put out, it had 109 views on it already. And there's probably some more after that I didn't count, but the last I looked at it was 109 views. That's kind of amazing for a little small local net like this. So appreciate you checking in tonight. And let's see, that's going to put us down at the bottom of the list, but I missed one that I just completely could not keep up with. So just the person that called in the last bunch, If you'll call again, I'll get you first, and then we'll move on to others.
Kilo Echo 0, Oscar Mike Juliet, KE0 OMJ, Roger and Ozark.
All right, Roger. It's good to hear from you tonight. And I'm sorry, I could hear you just fine. It wasn't that. I just could not keep up with the typing was all it amounted to. So how are you tonight, and what do you have for the net?
Oh, doing pretty good tonight. Just sitting around watching TV with the dogs, listening to the thunder. I don't think the rain's got here yet. But just relaxing at 71 here in Ozark. Just want to let you know I scan a lot, and I don't just when I'm here. But you guys have probably one of the busiest frequencies, at least in the area here. There's a lot of you guys jumping on there and talking. That's good to hear. It's just I don't jump on often, but it's just good to hear people using it. Anyway, thanks for doing the net. Hi to everybody out there, and 73, have a good one. KE0 OMJ.
Well, thank you, Roger, and I completely agree. This repeater and our club in general are really active on the radios. I mean, you don't hear a whole lot on the other repeaters, but our repeater seems to have somebody on there. You know, every evening you can pretty much get on and find somebody on there. So we very much appreciate you checking in. I'm going to say 73, and we're down at the bottom of the list. Do I have any more check-ins for the OARS net tonight? All right, I had double there, and Heather won the battle. So the person was doubling with Heather, if you'll come back to me.
KE0 WRU, Kilo Echo 0, Whiskey Romeo Uniform, Robert in Golden City.
All right, Bob, we got Heather came in first, so we'll get with her first. KE0 NHL, how are you tonight, Heather, and what do you got for the net?
KE0OC in the net. This is KE0 NHL. Good evening to you and everybody that has checked into the net this evening. Pretty good today so far. Had a busy day yesterday, but it's been kind of a lazy day today. Listening to the thunder and the rain, and I've got both dogs here in the radio room with me. Scout has calmed down a little bit, but she's still shaking quite a bit due to the thunder out there. And last week I actually started on a project in the kitchen that I'll work on off and on as I can afford the tiling for it. So I'm getting the top edge of the kitchen there tiled out. So I think that's going to look really good once it's done.
Yeah, those home improvement projects can take time and money, and just a piece at a time doesn't hurt a thing. It sounds like you're getting there, though. It's good to have you on tonight. Do you have anything further for the net?
Yeah, it's good to be here. Haven't gotten checked in on the last few nets you guys have had, but glad to kind of get back in the rotation here again. It's been kind of iffy with the Skywarn nets and stuff like that, but looks like everything's kind of getting back into normal rotation here.
Yeah, we had pretty strong rain and some really loud thunder, but it was a little ways off. It wasn't just right on top of us, at least. But I was a little worried just right before the net if it was going to actually be able to do it. But then it all went away, and everything quit just about the time the net started. So it's a great deal. So I'm going to say 73 to you, Heather, and thank you for checking in tonight. Let's move down to KE0WRU. Bob, how are you tonight?
Oh, pretty good. Thought I'd Well, thank you for running your net. And I was going to tell you, I'm going to break the news. It's actually rained here at my house. It rained a tenth of an inch rain. It's about a tenth of an inch between the drops, and then it quit there. Kind of a sad deal, but anyway, other than that, I'm alive and kicking. My wife, she's still surviving. She's wearing a monitor now to see what's going wrong. Still don't know. Other than that, I guess everything is normal. Wanting to put an antenna up, and I just haven't got the effort up.
What antenna are you putting up?
And 0XK over at Opus. He gave me a loop antenna for my 2-meter sideband. And I just haven't got the effort to put it up. I'll get around to it one of these days, but you know how that goes there. It's a nice little antenna a guy made over there, and he don't do 2-meter sideband anymore. His radio went bad, so he passed it on, so I need to put it up to use mine with it.
Well, I'm going to be trying to get my 2-meter beam up pretty soon. And I just bought that 2-meter sideband radio the other day, so when I get the tower up and the beam up on it and all, we ought to be able to talk sideband back and forth, then that'll be fun. So, do you have anything else going on for the net?
Oh, I guess not, but we get them up, we'll have to try them out there. I can't think of a better thing to do. They made them to use, and we need to use them. It'll be a challenge. We'll get our antennas up there in a few days. Maybe we can throw a little communication to each other there. And I guess that's about all I got, so it's good to hear from you again and everybody else. KE0, WRU, 73 to everybody.
All right, Bob, but I think you're probably going to win the race of getting the antenna up first. I still got to get the tower all put together, and I'm still building parts for it and buying parts for it. And it's been a fun project, to say the very least. But it's going to be nice when it's up and going. So I'm going to say 73 to you. And that puts us back at the bottom of the list. Have any further check-ins for the OARS net? This is AE0OC.
Kilo Echo Zero, Uniform Papa Yankee, KE0 UPY, Christopher and Mount Vernon.
All right, got Chris there in Mount Vernon. How are you tonight? I'm sure to enjoy seeing you at the picnic. I hope everything's going well. And what do you got for the net tonight?
Well, I just wanted to check in, say hello. I'm doing all right. I was kind of hoping we'd got some of that rain here at home. It looked like to me most of it went north of us. Right now, I'm just sitting here listening to the net and the dogs barking in my background.
Yeah, I have to lock my Boston Terrier in my bedroom when I do the net because Athena's little baby goats she's got out in the backyard, they come up to that back sliding door and they'll come up and look in it and the dog goes crazy and starts barking at them. And boy, I tell you what, it really comes over the radio. So, have you done anything else on your project where you were going to put a radio on your chair?
Well, I've been in the process of looking for that antenna I had previously. It was a Comet, NMO mount. I think its model was B10 or something like that. It's a dual band antenna. Still haven't managed to come across it. I thought I had an idea where it was at. I thought if I could find it, I'd be able to just replace the mount because all that had happened to it was I had broken the feed line.
Okay, well, tell you what else you might be able to do is resolder a feed line onto that. That's usually how they connect up in there. If you can take it all apart and just fix the feed line. It's usually on those, it's probably like a RG58 or something along that line, not a real great coax. But you could even replace it with some RG 8X, which would be a little better feed line for it. But In any case, or you just replace them out too is another possibility.
What I would like to do would be, I'm wanting to run like I guess kind of a pole off the top of the chair, but I want to keep it low enough to where I can still clear a doorway, but high enough to where it's not sitting right behind my head like it was.
Yeah, you're not going to want to put a whole lot of power into it, that's for sure, with it being that close to you. But I think you were just planning on putting isn't that like a little 25-watt radio on it?
That is correct. I was actually planning on putting the radio I'm talking on now, hooking it to the chair. I was wanting to hook up one of these older radios in the bedroom. I just got to figure out the operation of a tone board for a PL tone.
Alright, well, you're a little above my head there if it doesn't have the PL already built into the radio. I don't know really how that all works. I do know that they do them. That's the old-fashioned way of doing it, but you're going to have to talk to somebody that was around when those were out or has at least used them or something. But appreciate you checking in tonight, and sure was good to see you, like I said, Saturday. This is AE0OC. Do I have any further check-ins for the OARSnet? Well, not hearing anybody. I want to throw it out one more time just in case. This is the last call for anybody who wants to check into the OARSnet tonight. All right, I believe that's going to conclude the net for the night. We didn't break a record tonight, but we came close. We had 14 check-ins, including myself. And we had a few new check-ins, or at least a new check-in. Had some check-ins that haven't checked in a while. So, I mean, it was a good net. It was really fun. I'm glad everybody checked in that could. And hopefully we'll see you all next week. This is AE0OC returning the net to normal operations.
AE0OC.